Hi class. So in this video we're going to be seeing what happens when we have the terrible, very big house with a very low price for selling. So in this case we have that observation here on element on row 103, which is a size of 3,285 square feet, and it has a selling price for $59,000. So it's very, very low compared to the rest of those houses, which are in between 400 and $167,000. So it's at least $100,000 lower on price. So let's figure it out. So it's 103. So here we have our database for 103. Right click it and then select on delete cells. It has disappeared. It is not showing there anymore. And it is telling me that we are not using the current data. So let's run it again on regression and finish regression line plot. It's still price versus size. And here we have, so there's no anymore the small value on the 3,000 square feet house. And what are we observing? Again, if I copy this picture and send it in next to the original behavior, what we are observing is that, again, the slope has increased from 94.45 all the way to 97.17, so close to $1,000 again, which makes sense because we were having a very big house with a very small price, and therefore the overall model said, okay, we should not increase as much on the increment of the house of size with respect to its price. It should increment, but not as much. Now that we remove this very big house with a very low price, it's saying, hey, wait a minute, we should increment more because we were having something there that was making it behave differently. And another thing that you can observe is that our regression, R squared, is changing all the way from 59.95 all the way to 60.2%. So we have an R squared, or an explanation increment from 59.5 all the way to 60.2%. So what we're observing is that having unusual observations, databases that are not cleaned out or they are not working with the same conditions for all of the observation is allowing us to have a model which is losing a lot of its trustability or its confidence in explaining due to the high variation that we are putting together and maybe not under the same conditions, and that we have to be aware of. On the third video, I'm going to be showing you what happens once we remove those unusual observations, and we can only do so when we really know that it is possible, and what happens to the overall model. So I hope with these two videos, it's clear that unusual observations can have strong effects on the total observations and behaviors of the model, and therefore the explanation that we can make or decisions we can take from the information we are analyzing.